Cuts, dumb takes, two fools, one heartbreak. Hey! We spin it up and let it shred.
What's going on?
Welcome back, guys.
What's
Howdy.
up?
Howdy.
How are we doing?
Good. Season finale. Technically 4th of July.
Fred?
Fred the deer.
I didn't realize we gave it a name.
No, I don't know. We're still working on the name.
Yeah. Oh God, I do need a booster. This is this is insane.
Sit up straight.
I'm trying.
Chest out, man. There you go.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go. Well, we're doing ratings, right? So, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Okay, I'll say 8.5.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. It gave us what we wanted, and I think our predictions they weren't off, but they weren't on either. I'm gonna have to get used to holding this thing. And I don't know. I like the cliffhanger. We knew that was gonna happen, and we called it that Carter was gonna get
Kidnapped.
I just thought we'll talk about it, but I just thought that was interesting that Beth searched one spot and said, I can't find him.
Well, yeah.
I checked one spot and that's it.
She went to one restaurant
Yeah.
and drove down one boulevard and was like, I don't see him.
Yeah. I don't know where he's at. What do you rate it?
An 8, actually.
Yeah.
I would rate it an 8. I really enjoyed the cliffhanger. I like that it closed all the circles that it needed to close. So nothing was kind of left unexplained, and it was also set up at the same time.
Yeah.
So you're not questioning like what's going on or anything, or like, wait, they forgot to mention this, you know? So it kind of prepares us good to like, okay, this is the end of this chapter. We're moving on to the next one.
I think the only thing they missed was, I guess for this season is
Name one.
the Dwight, Beth and Rip don't know about Dwight still. And that whole thing happening. So,
Well, I feel like that closes with spoiler alerts. Carter getting captured, you know?
Mhm. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that they'll figure out that he was there. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, where was he? Or like, it sets it up perfectly for Oriana to then explain, like, oh my God, Carter was over here, and you know, they're like, oh, okay, what the hell was he doing over there? And you know, it sets it up perfect. That's why I'm telling you that this was actually. You know what? I'll give it a 9. As I'm processing,
9, just like that. Dang.
easy money.
Manny, what do you?
What are you?
Yeah, what do you rate it?
I'm thinking an 8. I don't have too much crazy notes on it. It, like you said, it covered a lot of the basis of what we were expecting them to close. Left us on the cliffhanger. Sorry. I thought we'd get a little bit more. Maybe they could have added another 20 minutes, but that's also 20 minutes to film. It's a long time on set. 8. Nothing too crazy. We are looking forward to season 2. And we'll see where we land there, obviously. But.
Before we talk about season 2, we talk about filming. Christina Alexandra Voros does this last one. She does the first 2 episodes of Dutton Ranch, and then obviously all of Madison. But I didn't notice her. I don't know. Was it her story? Like, you know how directors do a good job of the whole storytelling of like capturing angles, emotions, lighting.
Yeah, you have your tell sign.
Yeah, I didn't get too much of that on this one, right? It didn't feel too unique to me.
No, I feel like that may have been something with like the writers as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel it might be more not her having like the full 100% make it like her thing.
Yeah.
So she was kind of working with like what she was given.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, she still was able to do, capturing the scenes that were needed to be captured, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One that comes to mind is a scene of, oh my God, what's his name?
Rob Will?
No, military guy. Everett.
Oh.
With Everett and Beulah, you know, like you see you see Beulah there, you see Everett, you see them interacting in, in a safe place. They're having their normal conversation. So it really kind of provides like that storytelling, that lighting, that mood. You feel the tension of like what's being discussed at that moment.
Yeah.
So another point is where Beth is talking to Everett again. She's cleaning up the scene, getting kind of getting rid of evidence, I guess, or
Yeah.
But you can see Beth's like instinct like in the scene, and you can see that Everett is picking up on that tension and is realizing like what's going on, and they're able to have a communication about that.
Yeah.
And talk about it. So I feel like her presence was somewhat in there, maybe not to the full scale, but there.
Yeah.
Fred, what do you think?
Crickets.
He's a stoic guy.
Yeah.
He's a deer of few words.
Yeah, and obviously we don't have. I mean, we have also another prop here. It's the World Cup, just so we know the timing of where we're at.
Yes,
It's getting exciting, guys.
it's getting really exciting.
Yeah.
That should be our next podcast.
Yeah.
We should have covered the World Cup.
Yeah, that would be crazy. So there's drugs. We found out that now that Beth and Rip get into it. That scene happened right away off that trailer. That was the first scene.
Oh yeah, the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
The exposure. It finally occurred. Honestly, I enjoyed Rob Will getting his ass beat.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah.
He had it coming. He deserved it.
So then, touching on that, we talked about a little Cain and Abel action. Padrino tells Joaquin to,
Oh yeah, very biblical.
take out his brother, and just straight up goes, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do it. Like, we talk about the parallels between Yellowstone and Dutton Ranch and how Jamie wasn't able to do that to Beth, right?
Well, true. Well, no, I mean, at the very end, he attempts it, but
John, because even then he's like, "What did you guys do?"
No. When Jamie and Beth are fighting in the kitchen, he does. At that point, he is trying to kill her.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this.
Yeah, true. I feel like the
he did it to his dad though.
He
He
did it to his dad. That's what I was gonna tell you. I was
Yeah.
like, Jamie did have that experience, and he had it twice. He did it with the reporter, where he freaked out.
Yeah.
And he did it with his dad. And I think the one with his dad is the one that parallels, because it was Beth that was like, you need to kill him.
Yeah.
I was like,
the one thing I thought was a little significant is in Yellowstone, they did show him doing the actual crime, the murder. They didn't show it in this one.
No, but I feel like that was part of
just presumed, but they didn't show it.
True, but I feel like this is also kind of creates that that tension, because if you think about that scene, picture it. You have this guy who's done all these bad decisions, is known as reckless, is known as irresponsible, is known as, not a father figure. He then all of a sudden, we see this complete 180 of a side of him. We're like, wait a minute, you actually have emotions, you actually care, you actually have some thought process and some, intellect and knowledge of what's going on, and appreciating what's in front of you. And then you just see him, everything's all right, close the door, pop. And then here comes this person who just had this very nice interaction.
Yeah.
Her last interaction. And you can just see the raw of like devastation of the next scene that she's seeing. She's over here thinking that she's going on to the next chapter and everything's going to be fine and dandy. And then before she knows it, it just switches.
And she didn't even get a chance to tell him that, she's pregnant too.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I feel like you also, we'll touch back on that one.
And
put a
that's
pin
a
on it.
spoiler alert.
I was like, and a spoiler alert. I was like, we'll put a pin on that one too.
Yeah, and then Well, I don't know. Like, overall, it was a pretty good episode. We thought, Beth or Rip was going to ask for help somewhere at some point. But I mean, when you got a guy like Everett, I think he racked up 5 kills.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need really too much help. You got Rip and Everett, and then the other guys are just distraction, I guess.
Azul was just a bad shot. But
He got shot first.
man, he did mention, he's like, okay, he was a football player.
He got grazed.
He was a bad shot. He didn't really, I feel like he didn't really contribute, but he was there. I was like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone else kind of carried the situation, but it wasn't here nor there.
And then coming back to the props, like we have Fred. I guess we're just gonna call him Fred for now. So was that the same bull that Beulah had, or did she get a new one?
No, it's the same bull, but
Right? That's exactly what we said.
in 4 days' time, how quickly they fixed it.
Or was it not that one? Like, was it a different one?
No, I think it's like when you got that kind of money, you
I
have
mean,
replicas.
It showed Carter in the last episode going into her office.
Yeah,
where
looking-
that, not, I don't know if it's bull or deer, whatever.
I think it was a
The
bull.
stag. Listen, bull or stag? Well,
I think it's bull.
Well,
When
be-
it's talking about like
This-
cows and stuff like that. It's a
Because
bull.
Oriana was telling him you need to be a bull, and so he grabs the bull.
yeah.
So
correct.
So I don't know. We were looking at that. I was like, wait a minute, isn't that the one that they just broke?
Well, like I said, when you have one favorite thing, you make replicas. You don't expose a real thing. So you have like the side. So it could have been just like a filler piece,
Mm,
and they're like, all right, well that one broke, so let's bring out the other one.
yeah.
Or it's really like, oh, okay, it just cracked. Because honestly, the only thing that broke was one of the horns. So I mean, give me, I don't know, E5000 and cement glue, and I'll put it back together.
Gorilla glue.
Gorilla glue.
Hey, Fred's got some messed up horns up there. You gonna take care of them or what?
Yeah, for sure. I was like, where's that crazy glue?
Yeah. I mean, now I guess we could talk about season 2. I guess there was a bit of a delay, guys, when announcement came around. They just announced it, I think, last week that season 2 is renewed. There was some beef, I guess, still with Chad Feehan. Now that I reread it, it sounded like the beef was actually between Chad and Taylor and some of the other creators and writers. I guess they said something along the lines of like it wasn't handled the way they wanted it to be handled. I don't know. Don't quote me. Go back to the article. You guys can read it. But that's one of the reasons why it was delayed. And there was another reason apparently too. I guess something's happening between Cole Hauser and which was Rip and his wife. I guess there's something happening there, and maybe some scheduling conflicts. Like John, what's his name? The actor, Kevin Costner.
That was, use your words. What is he trying to say?
I don't know. What's the actor? It's Kevin Costner. So Kevin Costner as well in Yellowstone, he had scheduling conflicts because him and his wife, were having, I guess, we're going through a divorce, right? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Something similar is happening, I guess, with maybe Cole Hauser. Don't quote me, but I just heard that there was something going on there and they're kind of trying to keep it quiet, but they didn't. I guess we didn't even know if Rip was coming back or something something weird. So they didn't know if that was.
Oh no, they could not. Yeah, that would be the end of the show if they couldn't bring Rip back.
Correct, and I think everybody would stop tuning in if either one of those characters died, Rip or Beth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be the end of the show. There would be no. I could not see them like recovering.
Yeah. I mean, we at one point we thought Everett was going to die in that gunfight.
You know what? That was a high contender.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can see why they kind of kept him on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's kind of the escape plan for Beulah.
Yeah.
So I see him as like the path and kind of like the guidance for sort of like the Dutton Ranch team, and then at the same time as like the savior or kind of like the guidance for Beulah as well. Now, did we assume that Rob Will was going to die? I feel like that was in the cards. I just did not think it was literally going to be in this last episode of the first season.
And like that.
And like that.
Yeah.
Like that, I will admit, caught me off guard.
Well, the reason why I thought Everett might die too is because actually in an interview, Cole Hauser had they were asking like, how's the season finale, and he literally said like, oh, everybody dies. And I'm like, wait, what? So Everett, Beulah, I could see that making an exit. Obviously Rob Will or Joaquin would have been one of them. But yeah, that threw me off. I'm trying to figure out how the sheriff now is gonna fit into all this. I'm assuming he knows that they're running drugs with the cows.
Well, that's a good point. I never actually thought about that.
Oh yeah, the sheriff.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
because he did send Kino, packing.
After Kino said, I chose who I want to align with, and basically said, I'm not aligning with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find that, yeah, you know what? I didn't think about the sheriff.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good job, Randy.
Thank you. Every once in a while I have some good ideas.
Oh.
Actually, speaking of good ideas, I'm just kidding. We this wasn't originally our filming spot. We were actually going to do it in front of the fireplace, but certain things happen. 4th of July fireworks, and there's a lot of things going on outside. Everybody's outside right now, which is it's nice. It's nice weather, but this works out. We kept Fred in handy as a backup plan.
I know.
He's working out.
He is. He's doing a good job. Better than Randy.
Hey, look at him. He's taking up so much space.
No, perfect. Exactly. Perfect. Touching back to that little sheriff thing, now that I thought about it, I can really see him sort of slowly trying to regain his position and try to not be the corrupt cop, because thinking of the conversation that he had with Kino, he also said, like, you know what, I'm done with you and your family. Like, you guys are crazy. You guys don't know what you guys want. I'm over it. That's
interesting because now that you're talking about him stepping out of that darkness into more of the light, that reminds me of Taylor Sheridan's one of his last roles or only roles was he was a deputy, then becomes a sheriff on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And the same kind of thing happened. Was he was kind of helping I just had his name, the old sheriff before he dies, in Sons of Anarchy, and he ends up trying to be more of a good person because he knows that the Sons are running drugs and guns. But that's another story. But I think that's actually kind of interesting that that's a similar role that he's playing. Sons of Anarchy, also a great show.
But I can definitely see that kind of falling in a line. I want to know, like, how do you feel about Beulah's new role now that Mariano has stepped into the light?
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, because, at first we always thought that Beulah was going to be enemy number one for, like, the Dutton Ranch. We had created this whole other thing of, like, how the two ranches were going to collide with each other.
Yeah.
And then we were given a curveball. And now we find out, we were right. Mariano is actually enemy number one.
Yeah.
So where does that leave Beulah now?
I think she still wants out. I think she's trying to get Rip and Beth to take over, but
what role does she play now? Because Mariano is now in the scene, so control of the 10 petals is no longer in her cards.
No.
So how is she? And the fact that her son is now dead, what's not? What does she really have other than Oriana? I think
she's gonna I think she might step back into it, especially because they killed Rob Will, and she knows that Mariano had a hand in it, and I think she knows it's Joaquin. And obviously Oriana sees the car driving away. Everybody knows it's him. So I think she steps back in saying, you know what, now I think our relationship is just, we burned that bridge. Now we're not even, because I don't see Mariano. I didn't see him leaving this episode. That's why he was at the bar hanging out, because there's no way he's in one episode and then that's it. Like that's the end of that villain, and then we get a next one for season 2. This carries on to season 2, and now Beulah has to step back in, and you know what? Beth and Rip are involved now because Carter's taken, and now she wants to be involved because they took Rob Will. They took his life.
How do you think they're gonna save Carter?
That so
Dang. Actually, I have. Go ahead. I have something. I have something after you're done. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that we talked about crossovers left and right. I was gonna just mention that I mean Casey's son is now in Marshals, guys. Spoiler, but if you don't watch it, you don't care. It's okay. There's his son is in Texas now, so with Weaver, and I imagine that he has to come down, and therefore we have our crossover because season 2, I believe finished filming, so I'm not sure if that'll actually play out, but that would be my guess, is that he's already there and he goes and shoots with Dutton Ranch and helps out get Carter back. But I'm thinking, does he have any connects down in Texas? I believe he has his boy, right? The one dude?
Casey?
Yeah.
The one guy that helped him find out who killed his dad.
Yeah. Is he
I
in
don't
Texas?
remember if he was in Texas. Or
No, I don't think he was in Texas. I think he was just like.
I think he was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, something like
Oh.
that.
Yeah, that's my only thing, is that Casey has some sort of pull with that, whether he joins the show or not. But I do think that there's probably going to be a phone call somewhere along the lines for some help from other ranchers. Like we talked about Teeter. We talked about, my gosh, all the names. I can't even. Who?
What's his name?
Walker?
No.
We
Walker,
talked
the
about
other one.
Walker too.
The other one that's at the 460s.
Jimmy. Dang, dude, today is coming back.
I don't see Jimmy. Honestly, as much as I would love to see Jimmy and Teeter in Dutton Ranch, I really don't see them, picking up guns and going for arms, because that's why Jimmy left, if you remember.
The only reason that's why I was saying Everett passes. The only reason Jimmy comes up is because Jimmy's wife's a vet, and she would come in and help out. Do you know what I
okay.
mean? But that's a, like I said, long shot, a lot of connections, a lot of parallels. But
Honestly, if there is a crossover, I think it would happen more with Casey, and it's Casey and maybe like what's her name? Andrea, or Casey and oh my god, I'm spacing on his name.
Bell or the
No,
guy?
the guy.
Oh, on Marshals, you're talking
Marshals.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I
what's his
don't know.
name?
Why are we drawing a blank? Give me one.
I can't remember his name either.
Okay.
Just had it. I don't know. Go on.
Okay, well, him or that guy. I feel like if anything, those two, it would be Casey and the guy from the head of Marshals, who would go down there and visit or pay a visit or do something off of the scope of the badge or something like that. Cal, Jesus Christ!
I always forget it. Magic Man.
Yeah. So I can see that as being kind of like the situation. Other than that, I really don't see much of like the other characters from like Yellowstone like stepping in and kind of doing the whole gun show thing, because that would be the only reason why they would kind of step in. Honestly, for me, the way that I see the whole like Beth and Reb saving Carter, I feel like it's Oriana that's gonna step in and do it. And I feel like in the process she loses a kid, and then she undergoes a Beth situation.
Oh, you mean where she can't have kids after that?
Exactly.
Oh, dang. And then
That's a little
because if you think about it, I feel like Oriana's actually a little bit older in this point.
Yeah.
Because Beth, when
I
she
think
had
was 16, I think.
Yeah.
She was young.
Yeah.
Beth was young. So I feel like Oriana's a little bit older, but I feel like there's a parallel in that sense.
Yeah.
In where there was a child that wasn't really expected. She's this highborn girl. He's the lonely rancher. They had intimacy. Now she's pregnant. Now she can't have the kid. Looks like she was willing to run away with him, but now with all the situation that's happening, it might not pan out.
No. Well,
You
no,
know?
yeah, because Carter's also taken away. So
Exactly. So I feel like the situation would be where it's like somehow Oriana kind of saves Carter, or Beulah steps in and saves Carter. But I see it more with Oriana, and then in the process, Oriana loses a kid. And I feel like later on they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I was actually pregnant with your child," and da 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 da.
And I think it's maybe worth being said. We never actually got confirmation from Oriana that she is pregnant. The face alone said things.
yeah,
We can
but
assume. I feel like we
we're
can.
supposed to assume right now that she is pregnant.
I should probably go back and take a picture of that and post that up.
Yeah, I mean, no one else. I mean, if you're gonna think you're pregnant and then react the way that you're either reacting with relief and you're giddy about it and you're like, all right, we're good. But that was not her reaction, because even when
Correct.
when she interacts with Beth, she's still scared. And the fact that Beth is now up in front of her, she's like, oh snap. And Beth picked up on that, So that's why even Beth was like, hey, if you really do need anything, just know I'm here. But as Oriana knows, she doesn't really have any reliable sources. So to trust Beth blindly like that, especially after Beth telling her he's pure, don't ruin him.
That dude's been ruined.
Very nicely, we assume.
What?
Very
What?
wow, Fonz. Very nicely.
Let's chill out. Let's all take a beat. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Sure, we're gonna assume.
Okay, is it just me? Wait, he was wearing the same outfit for like a week, wasn't he? No, he was gone for 2 days, so I don't know. But I don't know.
All those plaid shirts end up looking the same. So
They did, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing, because we're coming in the end, and I'm like, what else happened that was like very important? But I don't really think. I mean, other than Carter, taking away.
The other thing that I kind of found interesting, it was Mariano stepping into a bar.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
The only thing I can think of is, I don't know if he was, which now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't really make sense, but him reminiscing about going to Billy Bob's, which was the bar where he took.
Yeah, was that it?
I don't know if the Oasis bar is the parallel to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what used to be Billy Bob's.
Yeah.
But it looks similar.
Well, no, it's current, so it couldn't be what used to be Billy Bob's. 'Cause
What?
Billy Bob's is still open.
Oh.
Well, no, I get, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking, like, or whatever the name of the bar was at that time, maybe it's no longer that name, and now it's the Oasis bar. So he was just kind of stepping into, like, this is what started it all kind of a thing. But then, I mean, at the same time, it doesn't really make sense that he would try to reminisce something about that, because it was not a really happy thought.
Yeah.
I'm interested in figuring out how Mariano got into the whole drug business.
Yeah, same.
And how that deal got presented to Beulah.
Yeah.
Because we know that it was Joaquin that brought up that deal to Beulah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I mean, we only know that he had his wife. They got kicked out of the ranch. He took the blame for Beulah killing the guy who raped her, and then his wife dies at the border, and then the rest was kind of gray. Which was interesting. Was he was like, how did you get in? Everett asked her, how did you get into this business, and like why? And then
exactly, he's like, how does all of this, you killing a guy, some other guy taking the heat, ends up with you drug dealing for 15 years?
Ultimately, she says, she was in a bind. They were out of money. There was a drought season, but yeah, it was kind of weird, like, because even Beth, had looked at her books and everything and did history checks and was like, you survived this. And I figured Beth knew that there was something sketchy going on, but based on her reaction, she's like, why the hell, or her exact words are like, why the fuck have you been doing this? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, because on paper, front face, she sells this image about the 10 petals and this story of like how it survived 100 and something years or whatever. It started with this one bull that was stolen, and you know. So it's a cool story,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but even Beth, like you said, did notice that there was something sketchy. What it was, she even said, is like, give me a week, I'll figure out everything about them.
Yeah.
You know, like what's actually going on here, like how are they actually running business. Lo and behold, you know, the information comes to firsthand to her. It's like, well, yeah, the only reason why they're running the business is because it's all a front.
Mm-hmm.
The meat is shit because the real income is what's coming inside the meat.
And that's why the meat tastes funny. A lot of
Yeah,
fentanyl in there.
yeah. No wonder I'm addicted to it.
Okay, so real quick, I mean, I guess we kind of shot our predictions here and there, but is there any major predictions that we have for season 2?
Well, we know that Carter's going to get saved somehow.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't die.
Mariano's going to be there all 9 episodes, if there are 9 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't see Mariano dying. I'm interested in how Joaquin plays a role into this and how he's going to manage his guilt, if that's really going to be a point of transformation for him, you know, because now he's a killer. He used to be just a businessman, soft hands and all of that, but now his hands are dirty and stained. So we'll see how that plans out for him.
Yeah.
But all in all, I feel like the war that's going to happen right now between Rip, Beth, and Mariano, I think that's what's going to make this next season like very exciting.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where they're going to take Carter. Are they going to take him south of the border, or are they going to have him still in Texas?
I feel like they'll still be in Texas. I think them taking Carter was kind of the result of them killing his guys.
Yeah.
And them thinking that they still have the drugs, you know, when in reality, Beulah was trying to prevent all of this. So then now, well, they can't like, okay, sorry, here's your kid back. Now they got to tie up loose ends.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes out. But yeah, I think the most interesting is how they're going to save Carter, and then how that war between Rip and Beth is actually going to go.
Yeah.
I can also see Beth getting beat up and ending up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Again?
Again? She's been through so much, dude.
I know. And survived a bomb?
Yeah.
She survived a bomb.
Correct.
Yeah.
And still looks bomb. That's crazy. You know? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But, you know, and that's going to unleash. Can we also talk about Rip's impeccable timing?
That or
and
it's either Rip's impeccable.
You're parallel on that.
Yeah, like Rip
mm-hmm.
is either has impeccable timing, or Beth is just an amazing planner.
Or
because she knows how to, like, all right, we're done with Beulah.
Or Rip's really the villain and he planned it all. Just kidding.
But he's the mastermind of all this.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just thought it was interesting.
Like that connection there. I mean, damn.
I thought it was interesting that like I said, Beth couldn't find Carter, and then all of a sudden
went down one boulevard and one restaurant.
But then the cartel finds him, and I swear he didn't drive his truck anywhere, so they didn't like follow him, as far as we know. So he just stayed on Dwight's ranch, and all of a sudden they pulled up to his ranch, to the house, and they found him. So I thought that was a little weird, a little like
they know, man,
lazy. I don't know.
They know,
or just
they know.
Being somebody who watches so many shows of this type, the cartel already had eyes on him. So they had somebody watching him the entire time.
But Mariano didn't know about Beth and Rep. He was in the dark. That's why when he tells...
You are very right on that.
That's when Joaquin was like, he tells his son, is like, why did you not call me sooner? He's like, well, I thought I had it in control. Well, if you had it in control, I wouldn't be here. I would be in Mexico. And I'm here. So what's going on? So I guess he was caught up to speed. But even then, you know, it's like, we know he has a kid. Okay. I mean... in less than 24 hours, he figured out that the kid was hanging out with a guy, Dwight. The kid Dwight Dwight got killed, and now he's staying at Dwight's ranch.
Yeah, I thought that was a little sketchy.
Oh, what if the sheriff told him?
That's what my guess was. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good.
That could work.
That's a good take on that.
But then we're also trying to discuss that the sheriff is
trying to be good.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's I guess my kind of prediction. It's not really heavy, but yeah, I just think that there might be a crossover, but I don't know. If they already filmed season 2 of Marshals, I don't
Just
think
drop it, Randy. There's no crossover. I know you want a crossover, but it's not going to happen.
we all want it.
I think only you want it.
No, you got to go on the forums, man. Manny, you don't have anything else to say?
No, you actually kind of took the words out of my mouth earlier when I said I had something, and you nailed exactly what I was going to say about the crossover. If there is going to be a crossover, this is kind of the perfect time for them to sort of, and it wouldn't be a crossover because they wouldn't do 2 episodes of each, because obviously now, excuse me, the Dutton Ranch is just stopped filming. But they are filming and I believe they are still filming Marshals. So there is a chance for them to do or explore that kind of option to where, yes, they can both end up meeting in Texas with the kids both kidnapped at the same time.
Yeah.
For an episode or 2. And then obviously Marshals goes and does its own thing.
To your point, I think the only way they do it now that they said that they filmed season 2, the only way would be is if there's a mid-season finale and then they come and meet up, because normal crossovers happen when they're simultaneously.
In a 2-hour special.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would usually be around the holidays when they do the break.
Yeah. I think they said Marshals are coming out of fall.
Just let it go. There's no crossover. I know you guys want it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll jump in the pool if it happens. It wouldn't
necessarily be a crossover because they're not doing one episode of Marshals, one episode of Dutton Ranch. It would just be Beth and Rip joining Marshals for a couple episodes.
That's crossover.
That's a crossover.
I guess.
Okay.
It's just Yellowstone 2.0.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm chilling. I like that. We're enjoying the World Cup. I apologize because this episode might come out a little later. Today's 4th of July. We're filming a little late. So,
we're back to our 3 a.m. schedule, guys.
Almost.
What? Oh,
almost.
Oh, Fred, do you have anything to say? Still stoic. Okay.
All right. That's it. That's a great take for Fred.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to say sayonara. And you want to do your hearts or no?
Hang on.
Oh, and also, thank you, Cape Verde.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Cape Verde.
That was a great game with Argentina, Cape Verde. There it is. Fonz loves you guys. All right. We're out of here. Have a good night. Have a good 4th. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
We'll see you. This is our season finale, by the way.
It is.
This is. So we won't know what we're doing next. So stay tuned. If you guys are already subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot. You guys are watching. So
yeah, absolutely.
If you have any suggestions on what shows we need to do or what movies, we are going to watch, I think, Obsession right now. So have a nice night, guys. We'll see you later. Have a good 4th. Peace out.
Peace out. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Cuts and dumb days. It's the game. It's the